From the New York Post, here's what happens after Trump's guilty verdict in hush money trial. I don't know. Do you know what's going to happen? I mean, he hadn't been sentenced yet, so you really don't know. I guess there's some things they know. I don't know. Let's see. Donald Trump was found guilty in the Manhattan hush money case. Yeah. Was he found guilty? For covering up a scheme. Yeah, there's actually no evidence that he covered up anything. I don't consider the word of a convicted liar. And somebody who said that there was never even an affair on live TV, I don't consider their word to be trustworthy. I don't think the case has been proven. Plenty of reasonable doubt. To corrupt the 2016 election. Is that what this is about? Well, shouldn't Hillary Clinton be on trial? Didn't she spend 150 grand of campaign funds on the Steele dossier? What about Obama illegally spying on the Trump campaign? Isn't that election interference? Obvious election interference? Why haven't these people been arrested and put on trial? Oh, that's right. The Democrats are in control of the federal government, which is controlled by the Dems, controlled by the deep state. The Uniparty is in control of all the leftist cities like New York, for example. A jury found that Trump 77 doctor business records. Okay, yeah. We've heard that already. She slept with him in 2006. Ancient freaking history. She's a nobody, a has-been, a never was, wants some attention, wants some publicity, because she still owes Trump $500,000 and counting, which she refuses to pay. But somehow she's still walking around free. So interesting. I wonder if one of the, caveats of her agreeing to testify was that the prosecution would not prosecute her for refusing to pay that $500,000 she owes Trump. I wonder. He was convicted. Yeah. We've heard this. Lovely pictures. Got a good fashion sense, though. I like that tie. What color is that anyway? Purple? It's not purple. It's like a purplish blue or something. I like that. The presumptive Republican presidential nominee will remain free until his sentencing on July 11. What's that, a week and a half? It's not very long. Good Lord. And I have a pretty good idea what's going to happen. He's going to be sentenced to house arrest or something. I mean, he's never been convicted of a felony before. Who knows? Maybe they put him in jail. I mean, this corrupt judge who has denied every single objection from Trump's side, the defense, and granted almost every objection from the prosecution side, and is clearly, obviously biased against Trump and in his daughter in the pocket of the Democratic Party. But somehow, we're supposed to believe he's going to be fair and impartial. Nah. He's either going to throw Trump in jail, put an orange jumpsuit on his ass, or more likely give him a certain amount of house arrest that will conveniently extend just past the 2024 election so he can't campaign. Well, I guess he could campaign from his living room, right? Lovely. Trump's also won't face any travel restrictions until his sentencing, but he will face them after, I have little doubt. According to Michael Bachner. Oh, but realist, he will appeal. Yeah, how long is that going to take? In New York, where the Democrats run everything practically. Yeah, I'm sure they're not going to throw any monkey wrenches into the cogs of justice to slow things down as much as possible so that his appeal isn't heard until after the election. I'm sure that won't happen. Oh, no. According to Michael Bachner, a former prosecutor and longtime defense attorney, the 45th president. Notice at least they call him president and not former president, even though he's the only former president alive that they call former president. It's interesting that. Most likely will receive no jail time, and therefore prosecutors wouldn't seek to jail him ahead of his sentence, and a judge wouldn't likely grant such requests anyway. Yeah, that'd be too obviously biased. Yeah, as opposed to all the other obvious bias these people have shown. It's not necessary anyway, obviously. Bachner explains, still too early. He will not be remanded. There is no requirement that the judge remand him, and I would be shocked if the judge were to remand him, even if prosecutors asked for it. No, they got what they wanted. They got him labeled as a felon, you know? Now they can poison the well to all the idiot fence sitters out there that still listen to the powers that be. Bachner explained that there is a very decent chance he's looking at a probationary sentence. Yeah, oh, really? You think? I don't know. Oh, probation. That doesn't include house arrest? I don't know about that, man. It would be unnecessary punishment that incarcerates somebody who very likely isn't getting a jail sentence. I don't know. Defense attorney Jeffrey Lichtman, who represented drug kingpin Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, among other notable clients, agreed. I do not expect he will receive any jail time. Does house arrest count? I mean, even if he's not put under house arrest and just give it, but probation, unless it's without any kind of limitations, he will be stuck in New York, right? It could be supervised probation. If it's supervised probation, he can't leave the state. There he's convicted in. He'll still be stuck in New York. The only way that he will be able to campaign is if it's unsupervised. I don't know. Who represented Kingpin Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, among other notable clients. I do not expect him. Yeah, okay, we read that. And there isn't any chance that Trump will go on the lam. Where's he going to go? He's recognizable everywhere. He's neither dangerous nor a flight risk. Well, this is about sullying his name among the undecided voters out there who are low IQ. He's one of the most well-known faces in the United States. Where is he going to run, the lawyer said. You're making logical arguments. I don't think those, hold much sway in this particular instance. But anyway, when will Trump be sentenced? July 11th. First, he'll have to meet with the probation department to go over his history, and then both prosecutors and Trump's lawyers will file their sentencing recommendations to the judge. Yeah, lying Daniels there. Their big fake rack. Prosecutors haven't said what penalty they will be seeking. Really? But it's possible they won't ask for jail time, since Trump was convicted of a nonviolent crime, and he has no prior convictions. Either way, the real estate tycoon's lawyers most certainly will ask for a probationary sentence. What rights could Trump lose? Despite being a convicted felon, Trump can still continue his presidential run. Can he? We'll see. Effectively so? I don't know. Have to see what kind of sentence. And experts told CBS News that Trump, whose primary residence is in Florida, but the case was in New York, and he was convicted in New York, will likely still be able to vote come November, since he's unlikely to be sentenced to prison. What do I care about his ability to vote? Who cares about that? Florida defers to other state laws when it comes to disenfranchising voters who are tried and convicted elsewhere. Under New York law, a felon is only prevented from voting while incarcerated. He could get house arrest. And again, who cares if he can vote? He's one vote. Who's he going to vote for? Himself, of course. I don't think this, election is going to be won by Trump's single solitary vote that some goober loser in the hood can counter because they want more welfare cheddar from Biden. Former president could also lose his right to own a gun. He's got Secret Service protection, doesn't he? That's not a big deal, according to the Federal Gun Control Act. But whether Trump even owns a gun is not clear. Yeah, he owns a gun. Come on. Will Trump appeal? No. Yeah, he'll appeal. Duh. He already said he will. Said they plan to appeal the verdict as soon as we can. So why are you asking it as if it's a question? Because half the idiots out there only read the headline. Whatever's in bold face. First, Trump's team will most likely seek to have Judge Merchan set aside the verdict. Well, that's not going to happen. And this guy, did more mental gymnastics than I've ever seen anyone do to convict somebody and usurp the law and the Constitution. I don't think he's going to set it aside. And if that's rejected, this will set off at least a year's worth of appeals, during which he will have to abide by whatever sentence is imposed. Any appeal won't be decided before the election, see? Oh, any appeal will take at least a year. Of course, probably longer. And if Trump loses an appeal with the mid-level appeals court, he'll who knows? Who knows? Depends how many woke tards are appointed by Biden or whoever's appointing them in this municipality. If it's a mid-level court's okay, it probably wouldn't be Biden. Maybe the governor or something. He'll likely seek to have the state's highest court hear his case, which could take another year. Lovely. An appeal could easily take a year or longer. It's going to take longer. Wagner noted that if Trump were sentenced to jail time, he'd probably remain free pending the appeal. Yeah, I mean, they let Juicy smell it out during his appeal, right? And that was only 30 days, and he refused to spend 30 days in jail. I need my Subway sandwiches at 4 a.m. I get beat over the head by a couple of black guys pretending to be whitey, and I didn't notice they were black, even though I could see their skin, through the eye slits. Okay, yeah. So, sure, he probably would be free during appeal. But maybe on house arrest? We'll have to see how it pans out. To the extent there is a reversal on the appeal, by the time Trump's appeal is decided, he would have already done his jail time, so it would just be unfair to incarcerate him. Well, it wouldn't matter. They already sullied his name, right? Already stopped him from campaigning for the election. Now, I'm not sure that that would make a difference in so far as whether or not he wins, because so many people are disenfranchised with Biden. It's hard to say. These people are so terrified, they're so desperate to stop him from getting in office that, they'll do whatever they can just in the hope that it might succeed. But what do you think? You think Trump will get sentenced to jail time? Do you think he'll get supervised? Somebody explain how this works. So those of you out there who don't understand how probation works, there's two different types. There's supervised and there's unsupervised. Now, how these work is very different. Supervised probation, you have to check in with a probation officer. I'm not sure if it's set amount of times, but usually it's like once every month. Some states every 2 months, but there's a set period of time that you have to check in with a probation officer. You're also not allowed to leave whatever state you're mandated that you must remain in. So maybe it'll be where he lives, his primary residency in Florida, or maybe it'll be New York City in his penthouse there. Either way, he won't be able to leave whatever state that it's mandated he is a permanent resident of. That would put a hamper on his ability to campaign. Or will it be unsupervised probation, which basically means you can't leave the country, but you're allowed to travel around freely? Or will it be house arrest for a year and then probation after that? I wonder, what do you think will be the case? Let me know in the comment section, and please like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and let me know what you think.